Okay, now as we said in the previous puzzle, that was the numbers concept 0 to 29. The puzzle that follows on that in the numbers concept series is this puzzle, the century puzzle. Now if you can remember correctly, in the numbers concept 0 to 10, the multiples of 10, and then 0 to 29, we use grapes to convey to the child the meaning of tens and ones. Now then, after the numbers concept 0 to 29, after the child has built it a number of times, you know, when a child can build a puzzle, he builds it over and over and over again, which is exactly part of the plan. Because they say association and repetition is the mother of learning. In this case, the child adds the repetition voluntarily and he enjoys doing it. Okay, so following this numbers concept 0 to 29 is the century puzzle. Now then, in this puzzle, we don't want the child, the whole idea is that we don't want the child to be dependent on grapes for the rest of his life. So in this puzzle, we take the grapes away. Now, as you can see, we follow exactly the same pattern from 0 to 9, 10 to 19, 20 to 29, all the way to 109. But there are no grapes in this puzzle. Now, you know, a very important point of this puzzle, like in every single Little Genius puzzle, is they are all self-correcting. And that means a piece never fits in the wrong position. For example, number 25 will never fit anywhere else but in that position in between those numbers. Number 53 will never fit anywhere else but in that position in between, in the middle of all those numbers. Now, you know, it is quite costly to give each and every piece its own unique shape. So what you get on the market are a number of puzzles where the cutting lines are just straight lines from left to right and from top to bottom, which in effect mean that each piece forms a perfect square, which means that number 24 will fit anywhere else, and number 28 will fit anywhere else, and so will any other number fit in any position. Now, I'm afraid to say the main thing that the child learns in that case is confusion. This puzzle being self-correcting, in other words, a piece never fits in the wrong position, is actually the guarantee that the child will learn the correct information. And then what he starts to observe is that the 3s are all in the same vertical column. 6s are all in the same vertical column. The same pattern repeats itself all the time. And the child starts to think, but math is not that difficult. I can do this. This is fun. It's building a puzzle. It's fun. You know, I don't want to criticize parents. We were all little. We all had to learn maths. But sometimes parents, especially when they had a battle with maths when they were little, they tend to say to their children, you know what, don't expect to do anything with good marks or really well in maths. I was never good at maths and it's genetic. Well, it is not genetic. You know, you can actually do anything you put your mind to it, as long as you take the learning process step by step. And then I want to show you a very important aspect of this century puzzle. It is fully reversible. Let me just show you, and I'm going to decrease the size so you can see more clearly. The century puzzle has got an extra tray. There's obviously the first tray, and this is tray number 2. Now let me demonstrate to you how the fully reversibility of this puzzle operates. Firstly, you take the free tray and you put it on the face of the puzzle. And you make sure that it fits properly. And then you turn the entire puzzle the other way around. And then again, you remove the tray and you put it to the side. And there you have the reverse side of the puzzle, which is the multiplication table. So let me show you, for example, number 7 times 7 on is the back. I want to be very careful so that the other pieces do not fall out. On the back of the 7 times 7 is 49. And the same is the case with each and every puzzle piece in this puzzle. So I'm going to increase the size of the puzzle a little bit so that you can see the multiplication tables more clearly. This is the reverse side of the century puzzle. The numbers are on the other side, and this is the side where the multiplication tables appear. And if you remember correctly, I showed you that the piece with 7 times 7 on it has got 49 on the other side. And the same goes for all the other pieces in this entire puzzle. So now, there are so many games that you can play with this puzzle. And I want to mention one that really works well. Let's say, for example, you've got a group of children and you can divide them into two, Group A and Group B. Group A, a little boy by the name of Yanni has got the piece with 7 times 7 in his hand. He sees on the reverse side it's 49. So he asks Group B, okay, what is 7 times 7? Group B has 3 tries. A little girl guesses it is 45. Yanni says, no, it's not 45, try again. Another child tries 35. Yanni says, no, it's not correct. Your last try. And Group B still, for their third try, they still have the wrong answer. So they lose their point. So now it's Group B's turn to ask Group A a question. Group B, a little girl by the name of Betty, takes up the piece 3 times 7 in her hand, and she asks, okay, Group A, tell me, what is 3 times 7? Of course, she's got the piece in her hand, so she sees on the reverse side that it's 21. Group A, little boy there, says, okay, that must be 20. Betty says, no, it's not 20. Try again. Another little boy says, okay, that must be 17 then. Betty says, no, your last chance. And for the third try, Group A gets it right, and they say 21. So, you know, by playing games, math games with a child from little, you associate math for a child with fun and games. So that later on, when his friends start to complain about math becoming very difficult, your child, or the child that has been playing with math games since he was very, very young, he thinks, but what are they talking about? Math is a game. It's puzzles. It's fun. So you actually sidestep any mental block that he would ever have built up. Now, the puzzle following this puzzle is the numbers concept 10 to a million. I'm going to demonstrate that, so please keep watching.